That's right. You're listening to the Arsenal, and you're watching the Arsenal Review USA podcast / live event. This is the first time we've ever done this, so bear with us with the impromptu backgrounds and just the impromptu-ness that goes with Google Hangouts or Google Hangouts on Air or whatever this fifth incarnation of the Google app is called. The reason we're here is we're building up the MLS All-Stars versus Arsenal game. With me is Kyle. Kyle, yell or something so that goes on screen.
Yes, I'm here, and he's absolutely right about the randomness and possible crapshoot that we're about to be in for today. And we're very happy to welcome Patrick from the OC Gooners, who is at the actually in the stadium currently, preparing to watch the MLS All-Stars versus the beloved Arsenal, as well as Justin from the Chicago Gooners, who I believe is in LA, preparing for his chance to see the Arsenal in the flesh at the StubHub Center or wherever Chivas or whatever team they're playing next plays. So we're happy to welcome them. We might have a rep from Arsenal America on here to tell us a little bit more about the festivities as well. We're hoping to see them soon. But anything's possible, I guess, in this live event. First time ever for the show, but we're certainly happy to be back ready for a new season. And yeah, that's my spiel for leading into this.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, it's all about the game. It's all about the All-Stars versus the I don't even know who's starting for the All-Stars. I know they released their lineup. I know Arsenal released their traveling squad. It's kind of like one of those underwhelming. It seems like it's going to be one of those underwhelming, like the prospect or potential players for Arsenal kind of lineups going into this game. But to talk a little more about the game and everything that's led up to the game, because it's all about, the pre-game events, we're going to go to Patrick here. We've got these guys like basically the equivalent of locked in a dark back room waiting for us to patch them in. So give us a second, bear with us as we patch in Patrick, because he is there in San Jose. But I have to unmute him, so that's the first step. Patrick, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear. You're gonna see my face and then see my ear a few different times, just because I wasn't able to find headphones today.
All right, so we are live now, Patrick. If you can, just give us a quick pan around of the stadium, because you're inside the stadium right now, right?
Yeah, definitely. Just walked inside a little while ago, hanging out with a couple of boys from Rochester, San Diego, all abroad. So I'm going to show you guys around really quick, just give you a quick view of what's happening here.
Okay. It looks like it's hot to begin with. Yeah. That's a safe assumption, probably. Okay.
Alcohol, I'm sure, doesn't help.
So here's Patrick's feed. Yeah. Okay, we got lots of sky, so there's... All right, yeah, give us the pan around. Yeah. Okay, I know it's choppy.
So,
this is AT&T Uverse bandwidth here, okay? So you're only going to get 10 frames per second.
Yeah.
Oh, it's top quality. It's the best you can get, right?
Yes, so they say.
Let me jump in here
so real quick,
for a sec.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to find out what the atmosphere has been like. Heard some chanting before we went live there at the stadium. Patrick, what's the build-up been like leading up to the game? I imagine, I guess it's 3:45 in the afternoon out there on the Pacific Coast. What has the festivities looked like leading up to the match today?
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a great time. Arsenal America have done a fantastic job, and a lot of getting all of our supporters groups together has been fantastic. Started off early in the week with a few of us getting up here for the Men in Blazers show, which was funny as always. I love those guys, so that was an experience for me. It's the Big Puma Arsenal fan event to take part of, and ended up walking with a signed shirt and meeting a few of the players, so that was pretty cool. And just interviewing them, we got to see Chambers, the Ox, Zalalem, of course, a nice American prospect. It's good to kind of tout him around here, as well as Shaka made a surprise appearance, which is pretty awesome, being our new signing, as well as Gibbs, and then Bellerin also was there.
Cool. Wow, yeah. Okay, so it sounds like slightly better than the New York City event in terms of actually meeting players,
I was
having pre-planned events.
It was a little bit more. You're kind of taken aback. You weren't really involved as much. This was a much smaller, quainter thing. Everything's a lot closer as well, so when it comes to traveling, it's maybe a 5-minute Uber ride or, maybe 10 minutes if you get pretty bad. But South County Gooners and the guys from the Bay Area have been fantastic hosts. It's been a great time so far.
Okay. All right, we'll come back to you in a second here, Patrick. If you want to keep giving us like the scenic shots, we'll select your camera from time to time. But we're going to mute you for a second, and we're going to go over to Justin. Justin is in LA, right? You're in LA?
I am. Recently arrived.
Gotcha. Okay. So wait, so you're going to the Chivas game or what?
I am.
Okay.
Yes, it will be my first official match.
Got it. Okay. So I mean, not surprisingly, a lot of supporters are not over the moon, this summer with Arsenal's transfer activity. How does that affect your anticipation and excitement for their U.S. tour? Does that affect it at all, or what?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, it's great that a guy like Xhaka is going to be on tour. Looking forward to. I'm not sure if he's playing tonight or Sunday or both, but I'm certainly looking forward to see him play. You kind of expect with guys that have played in the Copa tournament or in the Euro tournament that they're not going to be around or fully fit. So I sort of anticipated that anyways.
Right.
Honestly, one of the things I'm looking forward to most is just seeing some of the younger kids play, like Gideon and Jeff and some of those younger guys that are coming up. Awobi, obviously.
Yeah.
Even Chuba or some of those guys. So, it's obviously great to have all like the big senior stars playing all these matches, but at the same time, it's good to see what the younger kids have to offer also.
Right. So maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself here because the game isn't going to start for a little bit. But what do you think how do you think the game's going to play out? I mean, I was listening to SiriusXM on the way in, way back home rather, and they were talking about the All-Stars bossing the game, most of the game, like their favorites for this game. What do you think? Do you think that's going to be the reality tonight or not so much?
No, I don't think so because, you're still going to see traditional Arsenal possession-based football, I think. Obviously with some of the younger kids playing and it being a friendly, you see more like technical experimentation and things of that nature. But no, I don't think the MLS All-Stars are going to boss them at all. I mean, these are a lot of young legs out there for Arsenal. A lot of those MLS All-Stars are older guys. So, and it's not like they're going to be playing the full 90 minutes either. So.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we'll come back to you in a second, unless you have a question, Kyle.
Yeah, well, I was just curious on what obviously 2 stops for Arsenal this time around, just 1 stop in New York, of course, 2 years ago. What are the festivities looking like in LA for you in a couple days' time, or even later tonight as you prepare for your match that you get to see live in the LA area? What's your agenda for the weekend? What are you looking forward to? I imagine you're going to be hanging pretty close with the LA Gooner group and the other supporters groups around that area.
I am. You know what? I actually don't. I don't have concrete plans tonight for where to watch the game. I'm trying to sort that out right now and link up with the.
Okay. Well, LA OC. Anyone watching from the LA area supporters group, Justin needs a place to watch the match. So
yeah, hit me up on Twitter, man.
Yeah.
But I know there's official Arsenal America party on Saturday night. I'll be there. We'll be at the stadium in Carson at the StubHub Center pretty much all day on Sunday. I think the festivities kick off there around noon, I want to say, in the parking lot. So I'll be there all day. Don't really have plans tomorrow that are Arsenal related, but if any Gooners are in LA and want to meet up for a few pints, then by all means reach out to me.
All right.
Yeah, okay. Well, hopefully someone takes you up on that, like gives you the pints.
Yeah.
It could happen. All right, let's go back to. We'll come back to you in a second, Justin. Let's go over to Patrick. Let's see if Patrick's pulled himself away from whatever he's doing. I see a lot of sky still. Yeah. Patrick, are you there? Eventually he'll be there. You there, man?
Patrick.
the thrills of live TV, as brought to you by Google Hangouts. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So while we talk about Patrick a lot in the third person, while we try to get him back here, all right, we'll just like let the atmosphere of his feed kind of like come over you. What is your prediction for the game, Kyle? Kyle, just tell me. I think it's going to be a draw. Well, are there draws? I'm really showing my ignorance of the MLS All-Stars event, but
I'm not sure who. I know Kaká welcomed them off the plane. So that's the only All-Star I know of. But he's like 42 or something. So I don't know. I think it'll be a little tougher than Justin let on for them tonight. I mean, a number of players are coming off holiday, or relatively speaking, coming off their holiday. Only a week or two of training so far, of real training leading up to this match. So. I'd hate to say it. We saw it against Red Bulls 2 years ago. A little bit of a sluggishness from Arsenal. Lost 1-0. I think I'll be optimistic as well, with a bit of realism, and say that it will be a 2-2 draw tonight. And we'll see, some tired, rusty legs from Arsenal, and a fairly fresh MLS squad probably to lead in there. And I don't know. It should be fun for everyone. I'm really, it's disappointing that, of course, I couldn't attend, or we couldn't attend, this time around. But it's certainly nice to see Arsenal back in the States, and certainly feel happy, and we'll live vicariously through everyone at the match tonight. And really hope everyone just enjoys it, for one, because we know that they're not coming back to the U.S. next year. They're off to Australia, and so this is really a great opportunity, I think, for people just to see Arsenal in the flesh, especially when they don't have the opportunity to go to London, and that sort of thing. So just really hoping everyone has a good time and really enjoys it, and hopefully sees some goals, and not a 1-0 stinker, kind of like what we saw 2 years ago.
Oh, right, that is true. Yes, I'd watched that from my memory, apparently. Okay, so at Arsenal Review US on Twitter is where you can find us. At Arsenal Review US. So if you want to chime in, if you want to tell me what I need to do differently with my paint job in my room, or Kyle, if he needs to change the kind of like Taliban type backdrop that he's got going on, just let us know. Let us know your thoughts for the game, especially at Arsenal Review US on Twitter. There's no way. Just at Arsenal Review US. We're going to try to get Patrick back. Patrick, scoreline predictions, Patrick.
I'm kind of hoping for a high-scoring game, maybe like a 4-3, 5-4, hopefully to the Arsenal, of course. MLS hasn't had too much time to train together. I know we've been doing a few two-a-days from what I've read on Twitter and whatnot, so we'll see. Hoping for a better match than back in New York, where it's a 1-0 kind of so-so match. So we'll see. I'm hoping, but I'm going to go with 4-3 to the Arsenal.
Okay. 4-3. Who in the world is going to score 4 goals for Arsenal? Patrick, who's going to score the 4 goals?
We'll figure it out somehow, right?
Yes. I mean, we have. Hopefully before next May, we'll figure that out. Let's go back to Justin. No, don't worry about it. We'll come right back to you, Justin. Justin, what's your scoreline prediction for this one?
I thought the 2-2 prediction is a very fair prediction. I'd obviously like to see a high-scoring game. I would say I'm going to go with 3-2 to the Arsenal, obviously. I think there'll be a handful of goals regardless. Like you said, most MLS players are pretty fresh, even though they're kind of old. The relatively youthful Arsenal starting 2 center backs and holding in Village, so you never know what could happen there. They could play awesome, or they could let in a couple early.
Right.
But we'll see what happens. Between Campbell and Chamberlain and Walcott, there's plenty of speed up front that are going to give those MLS defenders trouble too. So,
right.
I'm going to go with 3-2 to the Arsenal, and I'm standing by that.
Yeah. Okay. And Joel, we failed to mention at the top of the show, if you want to treat us your scoreline prediction or any other question for that matter in the next 10 minutes that we have here on this live broadcast, use hashtag ARUSA Live, ARUSA Live. to get your scoreline prediction. We'll read it off. We'll discuss that a bit more. We actually had a really good question from Mario regarding personnel. Obviously, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, pretty underwhelming summer so far in the transfer market.
I'm not sure if it was a good. I'm not sure if it was a good question, but go ahead and read it. I don't know.
Well,
I know my response anyway.
Yes. Would you take Vermaelen back if the opportunity arose, Joel?
No.
No. Okay.
I mean,
all right.
What good is Thomas Vermaelen? When's the last time he actually played? I mean, we ostensibly we want someone who's going to play, which Vermaelen, as good as he is, as big of a man crush as I had on him at one point, he's just not fit ever. So I mean, your answer is no, I take it, or
yeah, and he's not a very good driver, as seen
by
a viral video that sees him turning
the Austin
into
Powers type parking job.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. It's like if you look at this transfer market, with the exception of Granit Xhaka, who was really a replacement for a retired Mikel Arteta and an aging Thomas Vermaelen, Matthew Flamini. He's an exciting prospect. He had a really good Euros, but so certainly don't want to kill the buzz around tonight's match, but it will be interesting to see what some of the young players can show tonight, because if you look at the roster for Arsenal going into the season so far, there's a lot of young names, a lot of inexperience that are going to be filling key first-team roles, I think, are going to have to fill first-team roles this season, and it will be interesting to see what happens left here in the transfer market. I know we have another month here, but typically if business is going to get done ahead of a new season, it's going to get done early, at least in the case of having someone bed in with the team and get used to the playing style. And I want to be one of the questions we asked leading up to this broadcast was, what are you excited about this season? And the best response to that question was, I'm most excited from This Is Dima on Twitter. I'm most excited about finishing in second place, but this time with a smaller points gap. And I think that's the most realistic outlook on this season, is like, does this squad really have what it takes to finish top the table when all's said and done, especially with the lack of transfers this summer. It's yet to be seen, obviously, but hope some of these more unknown signings that we did come about this summer will impress us and maybe surprise us in the end.
Right. Okay, so two quick predictions from everybody here, and then we'll cut everybody loose because we're running out of time here before, well, some people have to get to the stadium. I'm sure you're waiting until this Google Live Hangout thing is over before you do anything like going into the stadium. So we will wrap this up soon here. But Patrick, if you're still there, again, I'll start saying the word Patrick.
Still here.
To get some response. Yeah, you're still there. Okay, good. So what is your prediction, real quickly, and then we'll let you go. We'll let you do whatever you have to do before the game. What is your prediction for additional transfers Arsenal will get in before the transfer window closes? I feel like this is a yearly thing, but we have to ask it. How many more transfers?
That's tough to say. I mean, we all hope for that center forward striker position, but with Mertesacker going down, I think that focus is going to shift a little bit more to the central defense position. So probably see someone come in there. I mean, I know Coughlin's been training that role as well as bringing in Holding. So it's really tough to tell, but I got my fingers crossed for something big up top to pump in the goals. I know we need it, and it'll be great to see.
All right. Okay. So there you have it. I think that's realistic. We know game time is like ticking down here, or it's ticking down to game time, Patrick. So we'll let you go. We really appreciate you hanging in there with us, and enjoy the rest of your time there in California. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, guys. Anytime you want someone on, feel free to give me a call, and check out OC Gooners on Twitter. That's the branch I'm a part of. We're trying to do some great things. So we'll see a lot of fans in LA this week. We're definitely looking forward to hosting a few of you guys. So, have a good day.
Thanks, Patrick.
Got it. Okay. Well, hey, thanks a lot. And we'll definitely,
guys,
get in touch with you, Patrick, and the rest of the OC Gooners. All right, see ya. Bye. All right, so this is a very nice term for this on Google Live Hangouts. It's called eject. So when you're gone, you're ejected from the conversation. So Patrick has been ejected. Justin, real quickly, what's your prediction for signings. The most important prediction you could possibly give for Arsenal during the summer signings that they will have before the transfer window closes.
Yeah, as much as we'd all love to have a quote-unquote world-class striker come in, there's just only really a handful of those in the world, and none of them are in our price range, really. I don't really think we're going to see anyone come in who's truly better at Giroud at just scoring goals. We might get a striker that come in that has a different style of play that's faster, beats people off the dribble or with pace. But ideally, 3 transfers that I would love to see come in. I don't necessarily think any of them will happen. There's a lot of talk today about Mustafi, obviously. I think he'd be a great addition. He was pretty impressive in the Euros. Obviously, Mahrez would be a great addition. I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but what do I know? And then Sissoko, I think, would be a great buy. I thought he was really impressive in the Euros also. Obviously, he didn't play like that for Newcastle last season, but maybe if he joined up with Arsenal, he would be a bit more motivated.
Right. Okay. Well, hey, we appreciate it. That does sound realistic, and I would take definitely any one of those players. I agree. They'll probably end up playing center back, like Coughlin apparently is going to be doing. But hey, you know what? Any transfer is a good transfer at this point. Justin, we really appreciate you getting in touch with us, and hopefully we can talk to you in the near future. You still got one game to go to, though.
That's correct. I do.
Time there in California, so enjoy it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate you guys having me on anytime.
Yeah. Really quickly, what's your prediction for that game before we let you go?
For the Chivas game?
Yeah.
I will say we'll just go with 3-2 to the Arsenal again. It is a preseason after all.
It's entertaining. Yes, entertaining but good scoreline if they win in the end. All right. Well, hey, Justin, thanks again. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.
Yep, cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Justin. And Joel, we'd be remiss if we didn't cover some of the other happenings around what people are doing for today's game, since it is kind of a preview to the match coming up here in a matter of 45 minutes or so, as well as the weekend as a whole. Derek is a Gooner on Twitter, says, I'm watching it at home because I'm saving money for the Arsenal America road trip in 2016. I think that's a perfect excuse not to spend money to go see him now, so you can fly over to London on that road trip. Those road trips are amazing. I actually haven't personally been on one yet, but I know from many people who have said, definitely check that out, arsenalamerica.com. I'm sure would have more information on that. Soul Drew on Twitter says, I'll be here with Arsenal America. At the David Elrod is in section 134 with the Bay Area Gooners. So shout out to David there. Sam Limbert, good friend of the show, says he's going to get up at 1:45 in the morning to watch the beloved Arsenal. So it's a little bit of a taste of that 4:45 kickoff for the West Coast in the U.S. here. And then the Bruce City Gooners, which I believe is Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken, will be in section 134 as well. So thanks to everyone that submitted what they're doing and where they're sitting tonight. It's fantastic to know, of course, that we have a lot of people there, like I said already. So I don't have much more to say, Joel, honestly, and we certainly appreciate the guests that we've had.
Yes, I agree. This D. Carbassian guy just said, hey, guys, entertain me. So I don't know what that's all about. But we tried for the record, all right? So if you're entertained by crappy connections and just, bad hosting, then yeah, I'm sure we delivered tonight. Any final thoughts on the summer, Kyle? I know this is probably the last time we'll talk to people before the season begins. No? You just catatonic after what's happened over the last 2 months?
Yeah, it's always tough to come down from the highs and lows or come up from the lows, I guess it would be, of a long season like we had, and finishing in second place, relatively good result in the table from what Arsenal have seen in the past. But yeah, I don't know if I'm mentally ready for to kick off another season. This is kind of shocking enough that we're here at the end of July and they're on their summer tour. already, and that in a matter of another 2 weeks, we see Liverpool at home, is it, for the kickoff of the Premier League season. So, in 2.5 weeks, we're looking at the start of the new season, which is, another 10-month grind for both the team and people like us who do something a lot less taxing, like put out a podcast. So I don't know. I mean, I'm excited to get started, but it's really hard to believe that this is where we're at. The summer has flown by, and that maybe Arsenal aren't quite as strong as I'd hope they'd be come this time in the summer as well. But we'll see what happens. I do hope, Arsenal America and everyone, Arsenal as well as a club, they put on a great event and a great show when Arsenal has come and do come to the U.S., as we've seen, 2 years ago in New York, and obviously here in San Jose and in L.A. So really happy for everyone there. Really hope everyone enjoys it. Hope everyone enjoyed this live show. It was kind of a hit or miss, but hopefully you enjoyed it, and we certainly look forward to talking with everyone throughout the next 10 months or so. So thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely been it's a fairly uneventful summer so far for Arsenal. I know a lot of people have a lot of thoughts on what should have been done and what should still be done before the transfer window closes. But for more of those thoughts, we'll probably. I hate weighing into it right now. We'll probably wait till the beginning of the season to give our thoughts on how things. Well, the transfer window will still be open at that point anyway, so we'll have plenty of opportunity to still gripe about it, I'm sure. But there's still time for Arsenal. It's just a little bit frustrating when you see guys like Pogba and Stones from Everton getting a transfer fee price of $50 million, and probably going to Manchester City. When you see those transfers getting ready to come through, and Arsenal's got apparently not much lined up, but you never know. I think the Mahrez thing, like Justin said, is kind of a long shot. It's probably just a negotiating tactic. But Lacazette and maybe some others that have been recently rumored. You can only hope that those things come through for Arsenal, because they definitely need the depth already here with Mertesacker going down. They definitely need the depth in a lot of positions. That's all we're going to weigh in on it for now, because there is a game coming up. Arsenal play the MLS All-Stars, and what is it, 13 minutes? Is that right?
No, I believe,
right?
I believe it kicks off at 7:00. No, excuse me, 4:01 local. No, 5:01. 5:01 local time. So here in another 45 minutes. Or
5.
So. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we've got time. But anyway, you've heard our predictions. I actually haven't heard mine. My prediction is going to be 2-1 Arsenal for that game.
To who?
Did you give yours, Kyle?
I did 2-2.
Arsenal.
Yes. Well, 2-2 to both teams. So
right. Thanks for correcting us on that. All right. So there you have it. 2-2 and 2-1. That sounds fair enough. I think it will be a good game. It probably will be better than the Red Bulls game Arsenal played here 2 years ago. 2 years ago, yes. Just because of the nature of the side they're playing will, I think, be a lot more open. But we'll see. We'll let you get into that one. If you're still waiting outside to queue into the stadium, we'll let you just grab a few more pints before you watch it on TV. I think it's on ESPN. But we'll catch you on, I guess, the other side of that game and the Liverpool game on the first podcast of this season. We're at www.arsenalreviewusa.com. We're on Facebook and we're on Twitter at Arsenal Review US. We'll be starting after the Liverpool game, our regular podcasts. And if people don't hate this kind of production too much, we might do more of these in the future. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. But anyway, thanks for joining us if you are watching this, and we'll talk to you soon after the season starts.